Aaron Shireman. He is the owner here at Wayfarer Coffee Roasters, and we are at your brand spanking new location here in the Fountain Park Plaza.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've been open downtown in the Millwork District for a little bit now, right?
Yeah, about 18 months, a little better than that.
Yeah. And then you saw, this place opened up and you just moved right in?
Yeah, so this was the home of a shop called One Mean Bean, and they'd been here since 2004.
Yeah, they've been here for a long time.
Yeah, and I started in coffee in 2003, so I remember when they first opened, and there was just a few shops in the area at the time, and so I have so much respect for the shops that stick around. A lot come and go in this business. And so when we were contacted that the space was available, I knew we had to bring it back to life.
Yeah, it's an interesting location inside Fountain Park Plaza. There's a lot of offices. There's the Bell Tower Theater and Body and Soul, of course. But there's a lot of neighborhood around here as well.
Yeah. So one big draw out here also is, in a lot of ways this feels more real Dubuque. These are people that live here, have lived here, multiple generations that have lived here. And the colleges are nearby, and the high schools are nearby, and it's just such it really has a small town feel.
Sure.
Almost as like a microcosm on this side of town, and I really love that.
Yeah, it's a real neighborhood feel. I love the Millwork District, but it certainly has a different kind of vibe down there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop over here. This is your cappuccino, or no? This is a latte. So what do we got here?
Yeah, so that's a classic latte. So it's made with Navigator espresso, which we roast right here in town. It's a recipe that I've been developing really in many ways over my entire career. And then local milk.
Yeah.
And
you're a roaster as well. Break down. You've got your coffee shops, but you're also roasting all of these beans.
Yeah. So really, the heart of the company is the roasting. So we work with growers several places across the world to buy green coffee, which is the unroasted product. So coffee grows as a cherry. They process it down to this literally green bean. We get this in pallets of these 150-pound bags. And then at our facility on Cedar Cross Court, we then roast and package from there and distribute it across the country through a variety of means. Yeah.
And you're sourcing it from where?
So we get a lot of coffee out of Central and South America, East Africa, and some out of the Far East is where we tend to gravitate.
Oh wow! That's awesome because that's a pretty big part of your identity here.
Yeah, I think so. It's definitely one thing that sets us apart, but it's also something I really, really love. That side of the business is different. It's beard nets and hair nets and lab coats. But anybody can buy a coffee roaster, turn it on, and make a green bean brown. But we put the work in over so many years to really fine tune that craft to make something we can really be proud of, and coffee that does a job other than just be brown. The thing that we talk about the most is the work we do in Guatemala. So for 10 years now, every year we travel down to Guatemala, we meet with the growers, we know them, we know their families, we spend time with them. In the early days, we were more involved in resourcing them as far as, we were involved in some microloan kind of programs, feedback, and they were always really great. There's you don't go into a relationship like that with this someone to save them mindset. You just go as a buyer, and you give them incentive. You say, we'll pay you this price, which is always a premium. We always pay a premium. We'll give you this price. If you can do these things, fix these issues next year, we'll give you this price. And so we've been able to incentivize them over the years, and what they get from it is they get a partner that's committed year after year. We're going to buy, and one of the things that's hardest for growers is that uncertainty. They don't know how much product they're actually going to successfully harvest, and they don't know where it's going to go necessarily. So to have the relationship gives them the incentive to do a better job, And now we're able to see, there's a next generation has taken over operations, and we've been able to be a part of that whole story. And then, of course, for me, then I have their commitment as well. They're going to make this product available to me, and it's just been a beautiful thing.
Building a relationship. That's important in all sides of business.
We're partners. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's absolutely wonderful. You've got a pretty big difference though between your downtown location and this Fountain Park Plaza location.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So our downtown shop is full cafe. So we have a kitchen, and we do breakfast and brunch and grab and go items for lunch. It's a huge space. It's like 2,500 square foot out there. And our clientele, people that live down that area, but we have a lot of
tourists.
And tourists come through, but then a lot of more white collar, so accountants and bankers and lawyers and that sort. And it is really cool down there. I love being down there. But yeah, very very different feel.
Sure. Yeah. I'm gonna hop over to this guy. This is an interesting, big old green color. This looks a little bit different. What is this guy?
So that's called a Jolly Rancher. So that's made with, that's a Lotus energy drink. So it starts with an energy drink concentrate made from green coffee extracts. We talk about the green coffee that comes from unroasted beans. Caffeine is extracted from that. There's Lotus extract also. It's all plant-based energy. And then we take that and we add syrups and seltzer water to make the drink. So, a la Red Bull, Monster, whatever, minus all the unsavory stuff. So it's all plant-based energy. They're sweet, they're delicious, and the caffeine really works in those. so bear that in mind as the afternoon.
Oh, well, I'm not going to sit here and just chug right through this. But yeah, you're right. It's very tasty. And there's a lot of people out there and you're like, I don't like coffee. It's too bitter. It's not for me.
Right.
You can certainly come in and get that little boost of energy that you're looking for, and a very tasty drink as well.
Absolutely, yeah. We offer several things that are, even some things that are coffee or espresso based that are meant for people that they like coffee, but they don't really love the strong taste of the espresso. So we have a drink called an Igloo, which uses cold brew coffee, milk flavoring, and it's milky, creamy, and a little sweeter. That's a big one. And then of course, chai lattes and teas, and so we have a full menu that's not just espresso based.
This is very, very tasty. Yeah, I really like this building. I enjoy seeing reused and renewed space. Tell me, what's your opinion on this location?
Oh, I absolutely love this out here. So the Bonson Mansion, built in the mid 1800s. It's had quite a life. It's part of the church. There's all kinds of fun, sordid tales attached to it, and I don't know the truth of any of them to be honest. But beyond that, it is truly a gorgeous space. This building is like a labyrinth. Every time you turn a corner, all of a sudden there's like another 1,000 square foot of something.
Right.
And then the larger complex and what they've done and the annexes that they've built. There's something to the tune of 200 people that work in this complex.
Yeah.
Which is wild. When you drive by it on the street, it doesn't really
look
like there's a lot
expansive.
here.
Yeah.
But it's huge. It's huge.
Right, and they all probably need coffee.
So far, it's all right. Yeah.
Darren, you've got a beautiful space.
Thank you.
It's wonderful drinks that you got going on here, and I'm really excited to see what's coming up next for you.
I really appreciate that.
All right, thanks for having us in.
Yeah, thank you.